Your host, Christene Marie. We are moving through a daily lesson of A Course in Miracles. And so we are going to start with just a quick review of lessons preceding today's lesson, lesson 40, and then we'll dive on into today's lesson. Lesson 25, I do not know what anything is for. Lesson 26, my attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Lesson 27, above all else, I want to see. Lesson 28, above all else, I want to see things differently. Lesson 29, God is in everything I see. Lesson 30, God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. Lesson 31, I am not the victim of the world I see. Lesson 32, I have invented the world I see. Lesson 33, there is another way of looking at the world. Lesson 34, I could see peace instead of this. Lesson 35, my mind is part of God's. I am very holy. Lesson 36, my mind envelops everything I see. Lesson 37, my holiness blesses the world. Lesson 38, there is nothing my holiness cannot do. Lesson 39, my holiness is my salvation. Lesson 40, I am blessed as a son of God. Today, we will begin to assert some of the happy things to which you are entitled, being what you are. No long practice periods are required today, but very short, frequent ones are necessary. Once every 10 minutes would be highly desirable. If you forget, try again. If there are longer interruptions, try again. Whenever you remember, try again. You need not close your eyes for the exercise periods, although you will probably find it more helpful if you do. However, you may be in a number of situations during the day when closing your eyes would not be feasible. Do not miss a practice period because of this. You can practice quite well under any circumstance if you really want to. Today's exercises will take little time and no effort. Repeat the idea for today and then add several of the attributes you associate with being a son of God, applying them to yourself. One practice period might, for example, consist of the following. I am blessed as a son of God. I am happy, peaceful, loving, and contented. Another might take this form. I am blessed as a son of God. I am calm, quiet, assured, and confident. If only a brief period is available, merely telling yourself that you are blessed as a son of God will do. I love this. Y'all, what an incredible thing that we get to exist as sons and daughters of God. So much of the last week or two, well, really since the beginning of the year, have been a lot of deprogramming and really kind of doing away with some of the past so that we can exist in the freedom of this is who I am now, this is who I choose to be, and reminding ourselves of that truth. And now we really are in the process of setting new programs. And the frequency of this today, and y'all, this is going to be a hard one, especially for you and I as we move through our work days. She says every 10 minutes. I don't know if I can do that unless I write it on my hand, which I might do. But the goal is with the frequent repetition of this, it's really solidifying in our minds and hearts a new truth, a new way of thinking, a new way of being. What are the attributes of a son of God? And then honestly, we get to declare those over us and remind ourselves that this is who we are, because it's so easy. It's so easy to pick up our phone and think that we're supposed to be comparing ourselves to other people. We're supposed to be living in accordance with how the world suggests that we live, rather than reminding ourselves truly of this is what is true over me. This is what is true because of this is what God says. This is what is true because of what I declare and what I choose to be true for my life. And so we have a lot of power in that. We have a lot of power in the choice over what and who I want to be, and am I going to choose to exist as the son of God and all that comes with that, all the joy, all the freedom, all the blessings that come from that, or am I going to choose another way? And there's cost to either side of that. I just want to quickly jump into the chat. Good morning, Samir, Graham. No, I'm not, but I am so glad you're here. um, I think that there's so much about developing relationship and really cultivating our spiritual intelligence rooted in relationship with knowing God versus rooted in some dogma or even religious practice that was handed to us as kids. Sometimes those practices are beautiful and exactly what we should be doing in our adult life, but there's something that's very, very important about having whatever kind of the external practice of faith is rooted in relationship, rooted in a kind of back and forth in a knowledge that is personal and rooted in love rather than fear. I grew up in a very conservative Christian environment, which there was a lot of dogma in that. And it was almost like we pursue truth, we pursue God out of fear rather than we pursue Him out of love. And so once our powering source changes from one out of fear to one out of love, then we can make this declaration, which is the lesson for today. I am blessed as a son of God. And that is so exciting. And it's such good news versus one where it's fear-based and it's like, oh, I have to adhere to this whole list of things. And so instead it's like I get to exist in this role and in this relationship with God. And therefore, because of love, I want to adhere to the principles and the practices and the way of what God wants. And it becomes a delight rather than a burden because it's rooted in love versus rooted in fear. Um, Terry, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Ian, I'm glad you're here. DSF, I don't know about that, but I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining. Y'all, this lesson for today, I am blessed as a son of God. And saying that out loud, but then following it up with some of those attributes of being a son of God. I am happy, peaceful, loving, and contented. We're talking about this a couple nights over the last two knowing shows. We talked about the hallmarks of someone who's walking in their power. Last night we were talking about this, how to make sure that we're walking in our power, but what does that even mean? And so I actually think that acting and walking as a son of God, the manifestation of that so often is us walking in our power because we know our identity, we know who we are and whose we are. And because of that, the attributes and hallmark of walking in our power and also walking as a son of God are we're walking in confidence. We have our shoulders rolled back, our head held high because we know who we are and whose we are. Our energy matches that. Physically, we were taking care of our body because we recognize we're royalty. We recognize that we are children of the Most High God and God is in us. And we get to be like literally bring the presence and spirit of God to everyone that we encounter. That's a high call. And so we've got to have the energy to match that, to usher in literally bringing heaven to earth. And that is so cool. Like we get to literally bring peace and joy and love to whatever room we're in, to the barista, to the gentleman at the gas station, to the person who rear ends us. God bless them already. So there's just so much opportunity in walking in our power, in knowing when we're heading in the right direction, the emotions that follow that state and that presence of mind when we are walking in alignment with this is who God says that I am, and we know who we are. The kind of the emotion and spiritual attributes that follow that are truly peace and love and freedom. And we get that just as our inheritance effectively. I'm just jumping in the chat here. Peter, thank you for joining. Tommy, good morning. It's morning here, but good evening. You're in Sweden, very cold Sweden. It's very cold here. I'm in Maryland, and it's very, very cold. Lyrical, thank you. Oh, well. All right, y'all. I'm going to jump off. Thank you so much for joining today. Remember this lesson, I am blessed as a son of God. Have a wonderful day. I will see you all tomorrow. Actually, you know what? I'm going to be going live in about 45 minutes with an incredible, actually, we'll be going live, I guess, at 10:15 Eastern. This incredible woman from England. She's been named Forbes 30 under 30, and she's from the UK. I believe I think she lives in the UK. I don't know if she's from there. But yeah, would love to have you guys join us for 45 minutes to an hour. We'll be going live. So hopefully we'll see you all.